Hey, it's Mark coming to you from Baker's Green Acres. It is the 29th of November, so you can remember this day. 50 degrees out, just beautiful. Just beautiful. It doesn't get any better. And we're going to absorb as much of it as we can because we know in a couple of weeks it's not going to be like this. But anyway, this is my field here, and today's the day that I'm going to seed it. That's as far as I'm going to get, is getting the seed down. And I'm going to do that only because I have a half an hour now, and it's somewhat, it'd be nice to be out here, but I can't get out here with a machine. We've had rain the last couple days, and it's really wet. So it wouldn't do me any good to drive over it with the machine and drag it at this point because it is so wet. But let me just show you real quick what I have. A lot of times I refer to the whirligig. In this business, you got to use what you have a lot of times, and this is what we have. We call this a whirligig. I don't know what they call it in real life, but it's just a seeder. You walk along with it and you pump that crank and it spreads the seed out for you. And then I went up to the co-op today and I bought some seed. A lot of times I'll buy whatever they have that's cheap. Field peas is something I use a lot of. So there's 4 pounds of field peas, and the field peas were 75 cents a pound. So I don't have much invested right here. But then I got some of these turnips, and normally I get purple top turnips, but these are Apian turnips. And they don't have them priced in the back, you know. So I just got them. I figured they can't be that much more expensive because usually purple top turnips are about 50 cents a pound, maybe. These were $3.95 a pound. So when I made it to the register, I just shrugged my shoulders. It wasn't that much anyway. So $3.95 times 5, we're talking about 20 bucks for these and $3 for these. So that's going to give me a total of 9 pounds of seed. 9 pounds per acre is pretty heavy, but what do I care? You know, I'm not trying to economize on feed on seed by any means. I've got 1 acre of ground here. I'm going to give it everything I can to produce the maximum amount of forage for the pigs when I put them on. So if I spend, 20 bucks on a field like this, normally I don't, but I'm not going to stress over it. Maybe they're better than the purple tops. Maybe the pigs will like them better, and maybe they just come in thicker. I should warn you though, there is you need to use a little bit of caution when you're seeding. Like, you might think, well, end of the season, go ahead and seed. Not so much. Like, this is November, and it's one of the last days of November, so it's going to get cold here soon. It's very unlikely that these seeds will germinate, and that's what I want. I want them to just lay out there dormant, covered, and then when springtime comes and the sun hits the snow on here and melts it, go down, it'll nitrogen in the snow, go right down through the seeds. As soon as the soil heats up enough, those seeds will just explode. And we have a lot of nutrient on this field, and it's all just getting ready to go. But we do not want it to germinate now. Let's say we planted this in like October, and then we have a couple of weeks of really warm weather and the soil is heating up during the day. You could germinate, and then those germinated seeds will just die. The winter will kill them. Turnips are very hardy once they've come on and the bulb is formed and the tops are up. They can make it through the winter pretty well, but when they're small, I don't know. I don't think so. When I was getting the peas, a guy said to me there at the co-op, he said, oh, they like to germinate when it's cold. And I said, yeah, I don't think they're going to germinate when it's this cold, but I'm not sure. So this will be kind of an experiment. Field peas they differ from sweet peas in that they are smaller. They're still very sweet, but they form a bush on the ground, and it's very, very thick. So what will happen is they will come up first, most likely, and then the turnips will come up underneath them. And the turnips will be held back because they're going to be shaded. The ground will be shaded. That's okay. It'll keep the tops down, and then at some point they may change position. Like the tops may go up above the turnips, and we'll have a very interesting situation. But what you'll see out here early summer will be just a thick cover of forage, and every bit of it is edible to the pigs. So the tonnage that you can have out here can be massive, just massive. Let's say you get a couple 3 pounds per square foot, a lot of square feet out here. So it can be huge. So all I'm going to do is mix these together, and then I'm going to put the whole 9 pounds out here. I wouldn't go any heavier than 10 pounds per acre, and that's even quite heavy, because then your turnips are going to be real small, and they won't grow to the potential that they could. But everybody's got to try it their own way. Our ground here will do quite well with that amount. In a sandier soil, I probably wouldn't try it. But let me give this a try. Anyone can farm.